Are you a deep thinker? Have you looked at the other avenues deeply?
What other avenues?
Just alternative ways of living.
Yeah, I've thought of life outside of the Catholic Church. I did.
Yeah, you don't look like you've joined any orgies.
No.
No.
But I've joined other churches.
But no, out of religion altogether.
I've considered atheism.
No, not considered atheism. Just look elsewhere. It's not a choice.
I don't know what you want me to say, so...
Are you a deep thinker? Do you consider yourself a deep thinker?
I think so, yes.
Okay. That message, when I sent you the link and you couldn't figure out, it was just linked to another word. I was like, oh, Christine, now I have to just copy.
It said attachment not available.
Yeah, I know, because it was attached to the ... This is the right link.
Ah, okay.
So we had to take off of the ... this, and it would
How
have
am I
worked.
supposed to-
She
So
could have figured that out.
At the moment, at the time, I didn't know what you were trying to send me.
Anyway, what do you think about what I sent you?
I eventually figured out which one you wanted me to hear, and I got onto it myself with YouTube.
What do you think?
I just got the title and I researched it.
What do you think? You just gave me a face like,
yeah, because
oh, Anthony, what are you listening to?
no, why are you having a go at me for not understanding your link being sent on a message?
It's just I may be a little too judgmental on people because I said, like in my brain, I'm like, shit, I would have figured that shit out. And then I sent you back with some resentment. Maybe it's something I have to work on.
Alright. Yeah, I thought it was really interesting.
Oh, cool.
And I thought the conversation was insightful in some areas.
How cool is that dude, Sam Harris?
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with his work.
Sometimes he goes a bit too far with his anti-Trump campaign views, but he's a cool dude.
I think he agreed with Trump on some things as well.
No, I don't imagine him ever agreeing with Trump. He's Trump's biggest adversary. Keep going with conversation. I'm just taking a drink here.
Alright, so I think there's a question that you've asked me that's annoying me.
Please. Come on, hit me.
I think you're saying how you see me as a fundamentalist Christian, and you see that I'm reforming the church because I'm fundamentalist about my views. And in your way, because some people have said this to me in passing, but they didn't mean it in an insightful conversation like the one we're having. They meant to actually just insult me and say, Christine, you are a terrorist. You're a terrorist.
You're definitely not a terrorist.
Oh, they said that to me.
No, you're definitely. I will back you
They
up.
said because there's no difference between you and the terrorist who bombed himself in the church. You're hurting us just the same way.
Nope.
I'm just saying that's what this particular girl said.
I disagree.
I understand. So did many people. But I kind of think, right, so I think many people would say what I'm doing is hurting others, and that's something I have to carry. But it doesn't mean because I do anything that my religion advocates that or my beliefs or Jesus, has anything to do with that. It's not really his fault if I do something.
But you seem like an ambassador for him. You promote yourself as an ambassador for Jesus. So
I do.
Your actions do reflect Jesus. And if you deny that, that seems like nonsense.
That's true. And I actually take the responsibility of that quite heavily.
It's good that you can acknowledge this.
Yes.
Okay.
So, are we here to question my...
You brought it up. I'm just checking.
You brought up a good question, so...
So the fundamentalist thing, I just think that, there's a thing, these guys, I don't look at them as these horrible people. I just look at them as the delusion people. And I see a lot of good qualities in you, and that's what annoys me most about this, because you're a product of your environment, and you could have used these good qualities for such good purposes, yet you're, in my eyes, wasting your time doing these things that aren't really providing you any positive things in your life.
What are good purposes? What are the other good purposes you saw my skill being used for?
Again, you could have been a good financial investor. You could have been an astronaut. you've got drive behind you, and you've got proactivity, and if you've got belief behind something, you could have done amazing. You could have been a mathematician.
What's so great about this thing?
They actually changed the world.
I believe I'm changing the world differently.
I don't believe you. I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the people that you that like your videos and comment on your videos, and most of them have these blurry religious pictures as their profile pictures, and you look down and I'm like, well, these people probably have nothing in life and are just as delusioned as Christine is. And like, if you would form a protest in 2 weeks, could you get 100 people getting there?
A protest for what?
For whatever your reform is.
Yeah, I could.
Alright, let's do it. Why not? Why wouldn't you do that?
That's not my style. Really.
What's your style? You tried to do a protest before.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a follower.
I know. It's more complicated than that. It wasn't me who organized it.
Okay. Well, why wouldn't you do that?
I wasn't actually for it. It was just a stunt.
So what's your main goal in the next 2 months? Do you have a main goal? Because that's quite important, right? To have short-term, long-term goals.
Yeah, I do have some goals with respect to my future, like career and work and travel and study and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just not going to talk about it, not because it's like secret. It's just
personal.
Yeah, it's just while I'm thinking about something, I just usually like to keep it, on the
DL. Is that what they call it? These kids.
Yes, and then once I've decided, I usually come to people with my decision. But yeah. As for the church, I think that's the work of God and the Holy Spirit, who is God. And I'm not too really focused on what's going on with the church. I just do my daily thing. Look, it takes me 10 minutes a day on Facebook to write what I need to write, or to say what I need to say.
Yeah, I know but it's well thought out, right? Do you think it's well thought? Like, you put time thinking in?
Absolutely. But that happens to me when I'm in the shower, when I'm out running.
But to me, it's unusual that your brain goes there naturally. You could be using that brain power to actually changing the world.
Yeah, as I said, I think I change the world a different way, even as a therapist, because I'm a therapist as well. Don't forget that. So I do meet clients. So I'm not just my Facebook. There's more to me than Facebook.
Do you think if you had children, you would be doing this mission, or you would be fulfilled in another way?
Because it's my baby, huh?
No, you made that metaphor, not me. I didn't even say that, and I didn't even think it. But thank you for vocally.
I just think that my personal choices have consumed your thinking way too much.
They have, I want you to know what I do. Yeah. I get consumed in people's personalities. Yeah. I want to know why they think that way, what drives them, because I'm sure I could learn something from you, even if I don't agree with the majority of what you think.
Well, I think, St. Paul's writings, they've changed the world, and he never really got to live that long to see people coming to Christ.
I think Steve Jobs
and
influenced the world more than St. Paul's.
Okay, but that's true. Like, not more than St. Paul. But what's true about your statement is that inventions do change the world as well, not just literature.
Yeah.
So, but to me, the Bible is more sacred than just a piece of literature. It's the divine work of the Holy Spirit.
Why?
Because I think if anything, it's changed my life, and I'm actually quite happy being on the path that I'm on, as odd as it seems to many people.
Because you're comfortable.
You think I'm comfortable, Anthony? Honestly, when people tell me that, I feel like saying to them, like,
yes, you're conditioned to do this.
The bullying that you see me go through.
It's also you get acknowledgement from random people.
Do you really think that's actually happening?
What? Yes.
Bullying is acknowledgement from
random people. No, you do get acknowledgement from random people.
Like who?
I don't know. You don't get likes from random people.
That's like 5% of what I go through.
Okay. So you go through some of that.
You know what?
It's all attention.
Yeah, I know, Anthony. That doesn't... I have to defend this point because I really want to put it out there for people that may be listening. A lot of people think I'm doing this for attention validation.
Mm-hmm.
And when they say that, I honestly feel like swearing at them.
Okay, why? Because
it's the furthest thing from what I'm receiving from that. The furthest thing. If I wanted attention and validation, I'd go clubbing and sit on some guy's, lap and whatever that is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I would.
You've never done that.
Moving on.
Why? No.
No, of course I have never done that. But what I'm saying is...
You should.
Just so that the listeners don't get the right idea about what I'm doing. But that's one way to get validation as a girl, as a woman.
I heard the first podcast. Sometimes I don't like the way I say words, and I don't like the sounds that come out of my mouth. Now, start your point from the beginning because I totally missed it.
Okay, I'm saying, are you going to edit this out or what?
No. Why?
I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I'm so confused sometimes with you.
Yeah.
You cross so many wires and you cover really blanket topics. But you make blanket statements very, very often.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm saying that if I wanted attention and validation, I think I would do what most girls do, is obtain that through their sexuality.
No, but you've been brought up otherwise. You've been brought up to think that's demonized. Why would you do that?
No, I actually think it's very flattering when somebody gives me attention. And I think I could.
So you do like attention?
Of course I do.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie about it, and I could get addicted to it if I allow myself to.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think it's other than the fact that it could lead to sin, which yes, you would be aware of that. I think it just possibly...
Why would I be aware?
No, as in because you'd mentioned that, of course, because you're a Christian, that's why you're doing this. But I'm just saying, why
would you make that presumption?
Let me make my point, please.
I'm not... you presumed I was a Christian.
I'm a Christian.
You said you were. Okay.
Anthony, this conversation is not going too far.
Go.
Okay, so... so other than the fact that I'm a Christian, and it could lead to sin, which is not right for me to do, I think it's going to be more it's going to be draining more than anything else. I think it's probably going to do more harm than good, because then I'm putting my happiness in someone else's, control.
So giving someone else power.
Giving somebody else power, that's right. But in a relationship, it would be different. I'm just wanting to make that clear. But if I just want to have a fling or get the attention, I think it's going to be, it's going to work against me eventually. So I don't prefer to do it that way. I get attention and validation through other means in my life. Things that I do that I think give me. I think attention and validation are the wrong words, but I have a sense of meaning through other things. And I actually keep that off social media completely.
What are they? And why don't you provide people with a more holistic view of who you are? Maybe you'll speak to more people. I'm just saying this from a marketing perspective.
Yeah, I know.
Like if you show people, hey, I do this as well. But I'm just saying from your Facebook, like the impression that I get of Facebook is very, very, what's the word used for? Fundamentalist?
You saw me through a course that we studied together. That's how we got to know each other, I believe. How did you find me through those few weeks that we studied together? What was your experience with me before you see my
normal.
Facebook? Exactly.
But I'm saying I'm just basing this on Facebook, right?
Yeah, but I think that's just a very narrow view don't you think? Any social media is
I feel, alright, this is my give on social media, right? It's what you want to portray, it's your virtual facade that you want to perpetuate into the world, right? And that's why why are you choosing this path, and why isn't it a more holistic path if there's more to you?
Because it's not about me. It's not about promoting me to the world and to the public and to the church.
If it's going to help your message.
It's about speaking God's message.
Okay, but if it's going to help that.
Okay, I think I might actually consider that.
Okay.
It's not a bad point. I could show more of my normal side, I suppose, to people.
Well, look at me adding value to your life.
But I think I've done that in Hawaii. I tried to
No, but you went to a Christian cult meeting.
Yeah, and then I went to the beach and I put that up. And then I went to really cool restaurants. And a sky bar, which was really nice. I showed you my hotel.
But the purpose of the trip was a Christian... What was it? What did you discuss? the problems in the world?
Just talk